Hi guys, it's Bella and welcome to Beauty on a Budget and a 6 months update, as I said that I wanted to do for you today. Some of the things have changed and some haven't, and some of them may have changed if I'd had products longer, but I didn't want to do it. Well, I'll show you as I go along anyway. I'll show you what I mean and I think you'll understand. So, with no further ado, let's have a look what it was. Now, 6 months ago, my favourite primer was Maybelline Baby Skin, and it still is. Sorry about the reflection in my glasses, guys. It's still Maybelline Baby Skin. I still like that one the best. I've tried a few others. I've tried higher end ones that are a little bit out of my price range. But for me, for what I can afford, for the best value for money for me, I would say Baby Skin by Maybelline. Still like that one the best. Last year for the foundation, it was L'Oreal's True Match. I still like that foundation. I still use it. But this one, I believe this one came out this year. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Breathable. And that is definitely my favourite for this year, no doubt about it. My colour is soft beige. I absolutely love that foundation. Can be a little bit light because I tend to go a little bit darker in the summer. But generally all year round I say soft beige is my colour, and I really love that foundation. It's lovely. I do wish, the one thing I do wish is that it was a pump. It's not a pump, guys, it's a big doe foot. So that's just the one thing, but I'll look past that because I love the foundation so much. And I said last year it was L'Oreal's True Match. For concealer, last year it was the Maybelline Eye Eraser, and it still is. This is the brightener one. I've got a couple of these in different tones. This happens to be the brightener one that I brought out, but that is still my favourite. I can't find a high street stroke drugstore concealer that works better than this. I really think that's the best one. So, what do we have next? Now, highlighter. Makeup Revolution, you guys know. You know that I'm a Makeup Revolution freak, don't you? I just love it. So last year, it was the gradient highlighter. You know, the Sunlight Moonlight one that I use an awful lot. I do really like it. It's still one of my favourites, but if we're going back for 6 months and what I've used the most, I would probably say it's definitely this one. This is still Revolution, no surprise there. So it's the Revolution Peach Kiss highlighter. And it's the one in the big round one like that. And I've used this so much, guys, so much. Well, you can see. And I really love that one because it's not OTT. I don't know if you can see there. It's not OTT at all. It's just really nice highlighter. And I like it. It's nice, you know, bang for your buck, do they say? But it's quite a lot in there, isn't there? And I like it. I like it a lot. And it's not too fake or glittery or anything like that. So I would say, although I still like my Sunlight Moonlight, I would say that's the one that I've used more in the last 6 months. Next is Rose Gold and Maybelline Master Blush. So blushes, I had last year, because I always try to do, 6 months ago, I tried to do the pinky tones and the more peachy tones, because obviously we wear different things, don't we, for that. But this all-rounder is, and it was 6 months ago. I think in fact, I think this has been on my top list since I started my channel. I just love it. And it's Rose Gold by Sleek. And I absolutely, that's almost gone. It's in my project pan, so it should be used up by the end of the year. But I love it, and I will repurchase it. It's just, it is a fabulous blush. I really, really like it. And it's a dupe for Orgasm. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So that stays now. I bet it's there 6 months' time as well. For pink last year, I keep saying last year, January I did it, I believe. It was the Maybelline Master Blush. That was 3 different pinks in a one palette, which was nice. And I did like it. I used it a lot 6 months ago. But now my pink one is definitely this. And I think this will stay with the pinks the way that the Sleek has. And this is Max. And I can never think of the shade of it. Fun Ending. And this is a lovely colour pink, guys. It's a lovely, lovely pink. I don't do a lot of sugary pinks, you know. They don't seem to suit me, and it's nothing to do with age really, because they didn't suit me when I was younger. The really brilliant Barbie pinks, they don't in lipsticks either, and I love them on other people, but for me this seems to suit my skin better. And it's a lovely colour, guys. So that's MAC Fun Ending. Next thing, let's have a look what we're looking for. Right, single shadow. No surprise, it's always the same, because to tell you the truth, I only purchase one single shadow continuously. I'm not a big single shadow person. If I see something I really like and I've really taken to it, I might pick it up. But I don't have a lot of single shadows, except for Creme Brulee by Wet n Wild. For a base brown bone colour, I've never found anything better. It's lovely. It's a really lovely shadow, and that's probably my 940th. I may be exaggerating. That's definitely, I don't think that'll ever change, guys. Next. Now, my palette last year was the NYX palette. Now, I'll tell you why I picked this palette. Because I showed you Monday my new Revolution palettes that I love, and I am absolutely in love with those palettes, guys. But I don't think I can say something has been my 6 months favourite if I've only had it a couple of weeks, you know. It's very likely to be in the next 6 months. But I would say if you wanted to, you know, something I've consistently used over the last 6 months, I would say it's still with the NYX. This was 6 months ago. Big mirror. It's got some gorgeous colours in there. And what I like about this is a matte palette. It is a matte palette. It's not really coming across true. Let me try and get it a bit closer. I don't know if the colours are coming across absolutely true, but it is a lovely, lovely palette. What I like about it, although it's all matte, because the bottom has got the powders and the highlighters, if you wanted a shimmer, you just put the matte shade on, that whatever you would want with shimmer, and just top it off with one of those. Or mix it together with one of those. And then you've got your shimmer shade. The blush shades are nice. They're muted. They're not in your face. So I would say, as an overall palette that I've used in the last 6 months, probably that one. I've got it on today. I've got everything on today that I'm listing here. Everything I've got on. I've got this one here in my crease. Now you can see it's not coming across to you on camera because that looks really, really green there, doesn't it? But it's not. It's more of a teal like my top. I've got that one on, and I've got this one on, and one of these on my, this one I believe, on my lid. But I've used it a lot, lots of combinations. I like the fact it's got the big mirror so I can work with the mirror. So yeah, in the last 6 months, I would say that's the palette that I've turned to the most. As I said, I was really tempted to put in my new Revolution palettes because I love those Reloaded palettes. But I've only had them a few weeks, and I couldn't really put them in, you know, for 6 months use because I hadn't used them anywhere near that long. So I stuck with my NYX. Now, as far as face powders go, guys, I have only been using this one for about a month, 6 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. It was always the L'Oreal BB Magique powder, BB powder. That's been one of my favourites for a couple of years, and I like it. I still like it. I'm not saying I don't like any of the things. That this is just something that. It's the best powder for me that I've tried for a long, long time. I don't have any left at the moment of Laura Geller's Balance and Brighten, but I love that. Now, you know the effect that gives. That gives a slight glow. Not a shimmer, we're not looking for shimmer. But it gives a glow, which is what I've got on with this powder. Now, this is an Avon one. I showed you a couple of weeks ago, I think, in a video, guys. It's the Flawless Finishing Pearls. You see, the colour's not coming off very good today. That looks more pink. It is a bit funny outside, the lighting now, I've got to tell you. I've got a tree right outside my door, and it's gone quite dull today. It's pouring a rain. We haven't had rain for ages. Anyway, I digress again. But these Flawless Finishing Pearls are lovely. I absolutely love them. I love the finish they give. It's not even slightly... there is no powder finish or look to them whatsoever. And that is the trouble that I have with powder, is that it lays on my skin, it goes into all the lines, doesn't look nice whatsoever, but this doesn't. This is the first one I found that I really love like that, apart from Laura Geller's Balance and Brighten, and also, now this is meant to be a bronzer, I know, but Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, I think that is more of an all over powder, particularly in the summer, because it's far too pale, and I'm really pale skin, but it's far too pale to be a bronzer for me. And I like the effect that gives. It gives that slight, but it's not a shimmer, but it gives like a silk finish, and it doesn't do that flat matte look, and this doesn't. These don't, and I will repurchase these without doubt. In fact, I'll repurchase them next time the Avon man comes, because I don't want to be without them. I absolutely love them. So that's powder. What's next? So 6 months ago, my favourite brow product, which changes with the wind. You know I travel with brow products, guys. 6 months ago, it was the Freedom Brow Pomade. I liked that. It's very nice. It dried up a little bit quickly. Now, pomades can tend to do that. At the moment, I would say for the last 6 months, my favourite has been the L'Oreal Paradise, also a pomade. L'Oreal Paradise and mascara, they brought a few things, other things out in that range, and this is the eyebrow pomade, which this one is blonde. So it's not dried out in the way that the Freedom one did. So I'm quite happy with that. And it's got that little brush in the top, you know. And it's quite a nice thing to sit on your dresser, isn't it? It's quite attractive. But that wouldn't impress me, as I've said lots of times before, unless the product actually works. I've got that on today as well. And it's nice. I like that as well. I like the way you can brush it, because I always use a spoolie when I use these, brush it into place. That it's quite hair-like. You know, not sort of line-like. If you see it up close, you can see the spoolie will put the hair marks in, and it looks quite natural, you know. So I'm really pleased with that one. Now, here's the sad thing. My bronzer has been the same for ages and ages and ages. I can't say that I've liked another bronzer ever in my life like I like this one, but I can't get hold of any more, and I've run out. It's really hard, but I'm going to try and send for one. I believe I might be able to get it from Amazon, I'm not sure, but I've recently run out of it, and I can't find. I've tried and looked for others that I like, but I like the Physicians Formula butter bronzers. I just think the lighter one, I just think they are absolutely gorgeous, and I can't find another bronzer I like that. So if I put one in, it would be you know, it wouldn't really be my favourite, and to the extent I haven't even bought another bronzer until I can get my hands on that. That's how much I like it. So I haven't got it here to show you. I've used it up. It's the Physicians Butter Bronzer in the lighter shade. And lip liners. This was 6 months ago, 6 months before that, 6 months before that. It's a W7 lip twister. I love it because how soft it is. I love that it stays. There's no pulling on the lips. I can't be with a lip liner that you pull on your lips. It's drawing like a pencil. Although some pencils are soft, I know, but this one I love, and it stays, it lasts and stays on my lips, lines them just nicely. I've got these, this happens to be the pinker one, but I've got a red one and a taupe one, and you know, I just love these lip liners. So it's a W7 lip twister. I've never had one that I really like as much as this, but not, you know, high street end anyway. Really like it. Nearly there, guys. Mascara. Now, I would say mascara is my go-to thing. I love mascara. I think makes a whole difference to your face. It certainly makes a whole difference to mine. If I could only have one eye makeup product, it would definitely be mascara. Although I love all of it, it would definitely be mascara. And I've had quite a few that I like in the last 6 months. I think that the drugstore mascaras are coming on a great deal, Maybelline makes some great ones. Essence makes some great ones. I've loved the Essence Lash Princess. I love the I Heart Makeup, the pink one. Rimmel makes some lovely mascaras. The high street mascaras, they've upped their game. They are getting a lot better. I probably liked, as new, let's say when it was new, I liked the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I really, really liked that mascara. To the extent that when I bought it, I was wowed over it, and I went out and bought a few more so that I had them in stock, which was just as good because they wore out so quickly. They dried up. It was, I probably had them 2-3 weeks. Now, wear mascara every day. Yes, I do. But they don't normally, mascara doesn't normally dry out that quickly. And I just found that it was drying out too quickly. I loved the look of it. I really loved the look of that mascara. But it was quite an expense to keep buying and buying and buying because of how quickly it ran out. And I've tried all the tricks of what to put in and how, you know, but it just didn't, it didn't wash. It wasn't right. And so although I love it, I don't like, I tell you what I do love, I didn't put primer in, but their primer's lovely. The Lash Paradise Ecstatic Primer, that is absolutely lovely. But the actual mascara itself, no, I think because it dries up. So out of all of them in the last 6 months, which one have I used the most? Probably the Maybelline, what one is this called? Now we've got it the right way up. Let's put my glasses on. The Maybelline Lash Sensational, that's what this one's called. I would say probably that one. It's nice, it separates, plenty of volume, plenty of boom lashes. It doesn't smudge it underneath, lasts a good while. So it's an all-rounder, it sort of ticks all the boxes. So I would say that's probably the one that I've, lots and lots of mascaras I've liked. And I've had to really think because the thing I changed most probably mascaras along with my brow products. And I've tried so many, but I would say if I had to pick in the last 6 months, I would say it was this one. For a good all-rounder, I'd say it was that one. Lipsticks. Again, I've tried so many this year. I keep saying this year. I've tried so many over the last 6 months. 6 months ago, it was my favourites, because I tried to go for the pinky and the warmer tones, you know that. My favourites were Inspiration by Makeup Revolution and MUA's Shade 11. I still use those lipsticks, both of them. I still love them. But the lipsticks that without doubt I've used the most over the last 6 months have been two by MAC. And that is Twig. And that's Twig. And that's Velvet Teddy. And you know those two guys. You must have guessed what I was going to bring out. I would say 28 out of the 30 days in a month, I've probably got these on. I just love them. I've got Velvet Teddy on now. I absolutely love them. They're just gorgeous. So yes, I would say, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if in 6 months' time they are back out into my favourites. Okay, so that's a 6 month update, guys, and what I've been using most and what I've liked the most. Well, it's hard to pick really because you've got to try and think back 6 months, but no, I would definitely say that was it. So I will do this again in January. Oh, excuse me. I will do this again in January and see what we come up with. I know a lot of the things are going to be the same, but I'm sure I'll discover some new things. Maybe those Revolution palettes one of those will be in there because I just love those.